just remembered I forgot to put earrings on. Oh well, I'm not going back upstairs. I'm Barbara. Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 21st. It is much nicer out here than it was yesterday. It's not lovely, but it's not nearly as humid, and it's sunny. And I think the sunny makes a big difference. Okay. Uh-oh. So, no earrings. I think I should be fine today. If I happen to be upstairs again, I will grab myself some earrings. But I'm not going upstairs for that because my knee's bugging me a little bit. But I took my pills and I have my sneakers on, so, you know. I guess I'm not going to keep saying that it's bugging me and whatever. It's not healed yet. Maybe I'll just say, my knee's not quite healed yet. I don't really be whining about my knee every day. What? Oh, and actually with the breeze, it is actually lovely. Oh, that's nice. Well, I'm gonna have to do something with the lawn. It's getting crazy. I saw a bird out here. I was making coffee. When I make my coffee, I have my kitchen windows right there, and the bird was hopping around on the deck railing. So our bird's out there somewhere. I'm not hearing him, but I saw him. So we went to the in-laws last night, played some cards, visited. That was very nice. Except somebody peed in the hallway, and I'm quite sure it was Maisie. And it's my fault because she was like coming around, nudging, you know, like when we were cuddling her and whatever. And the thought did cross my mind, I wonder if she has to pee. She did. This is a dog who's only ever lived with a dog door. So we do not yet know how to communicate. I have to pee. So that was too bad, and that was definitely my fault. I really did have that thought, and we were in the middle of the card game, and she went away. So, whatever. Not a cloud in the sky. Funny. So anyway, we had a good time, and they were excited because their first baseball game was going to be on last night at 9:45. My in-laws are avid Oakland Athletics fans. Oakland A's are their team. And you might wonder why two people who have never lived anywhere but Pennsylvania. That's not true. My father-in-law was born in Virginia, but he moved to Pennsylvania as a small child, and he's 103. Who have never lived outside of Pennsylvania are avid Oakland Athletics fans. Well, if you know your baseball history at all, you know why. Because when they were children and started following baseball, my mother-in-law was 12. I don't know how old my father-in-law was. But he was, you know, a kid. The Athletics were in Philadelphia. They were the Philadelphia Athletics. And at some point managed by the legendary Connie Mack. And my in-laws have been fans of the Athletics since they were children. So between the two of them, they've been A's fans for over 150 years. And they moved from Philadelphia to, I don't know, Kansas City or St. Louis, somewhere in the Midwest. Somebody in the Midwest might know the answer to that. And eventually ended up in Oakland. And they have followed them and been fans the whole time. Which is very inconvenient for them because my dress strap keeps falling out. Because they're 3 hours different from the A's home games, and so their home games start at like 9:45. They often stay up late-ish, so. And quite frankly, had baseball not been canceled, they would have been so much better off. So much better off throughout this quarantine, but I'm sure that's true of a lot of people. I do feel sad for the people whose hobbies are sports. Because they canceled all the sports. And all these people are their home, they have time, they have big fancy TVs or whatever, and no sports. And that's what happened to my in-laws. No baseball. They're baseball fans. Die-hard baseball fans. So I hope the A's did well, but either way, they were watching or listening. They get MLB baseball on their computer. My mother-in-law is 89 and extremely computer literate. Well, she is computer literate. Extremely might be a stretch, but she's as or more computer literate than I am, and braver, which is why Dennis has to go clean off all the junk off of her computer periodically, because she'll click on things or whatever. But I tried this, I tried that. You know, Dennis is her tech support, and he was funny because she called last week and, you know, said, I can't get my computer won't turn on. Dennis is like, well, when you say it won't turn on, what do you mean? You know. And anyway, you know, so she describes it. And he says, okay. Well, I'll be over in a little while. Okay. I'm working on my taxes. So this was before the 15th. Working on my taxes. Okay. So we're sitting there talking, and I said, it sounds to me like she's got problems with her monitor. Now, I'm not tech support. Dennis is tech support. But it sounded like her monitor wasn't turning on, is what it sounded like. And so Dennis is a computer guy. I'm sure you knew that. Dennis is a computer guy. Very, you know, he was, as a profession, a computer guy. And, you know, so anyway, so he says, well, I got a monitor in the basement. So we've got a monitor in the basement. It was a pretty nice monitor in the basement. So he took a monitor with him in case her monitor just died. And he came back and he said, oh, you're not too bad. It was the monitor. It got set to the wrong input or something. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, baseball. And I think, in part, she has really worked hard to have a computer, two computers. She's got a laptop and a desktop that, you know, she can maneuver and get around and work with, because, you know, she follows the Oakland A's and they're not her home team, and she has to go through the internet and she has to have, you know, get it on the website, and she has to do this and do that, and then something went wrong, and now, you know, and I don't know what went wrong, and we haven't fixed it, but, you know, she has to have one window open to watch things, another window open to hear things. It's, you know, whatever. But anyway, I really do believe that, in part, she has worked hard on her computer skills so that she can follow the A's easily, because she has to do that over the internet, since she's in Philadelphia and they're in Oakland. So anyway, I don't know if you know, I've told the story about my in-laws and their baseball fanaticism. We did contact the A's. My sister-in-law sent the A's an email few years ago when my father-in-law was like 100, to talk about, you know, sort of their longest lived, the person alive who's been a fan the longest, and he surely is. He surely is the person in America who's been an A's fan for the longest amount of time. I can't imagine that there's a guy older than him who's kept his loyalty to the A's through all their moves and everything. So we sent them an email about, well, my sister-in-law did, but frankly, I didn't think it was that great of an email. It ended up being a whole story about how my sister-in-law met Catfish Hunter. I'm like, how is that relevant? So anyway, but so they hopefully they were able to listen to their game, and maybe their lives will be a little more normal for the rest of the summer. That would be fun, that they could have their baseball. So that's good. So that's the story of my yesterday evening, and when I got back, my library book had come in, my ebook, so I was reading, and I read too late. Well, I was reading, and Dennis made a crack, "Are you going to stay up all night?" And I wasn't up that late. Well, I was up too late. It was 12 o'clock, 12:30, and I'm getting up at 8 o'clock. And he made some crack, "Are you going to stay up all night?" You know, just to remind me what time it was. And I thought, you know, I'm not going to finish this book tonight anyway. Maybe I should go to bed. I went to bed. Did not sleep. Couldn't fall asleep. Couldn't fall asleep. Couldn't fall asleep. Didn't sleep well. That's what happens. I sat here and told you how great I've been sleeping. And then, I mean, that's just, it's like a curse. I jinxed myself, but I have been sleeping pretty well for the last, I don't know, four or 5 nights. So I'm still in the plus as far as I'm concerned with the sleeping. So I got up. I didn't stop my alarm from going off, and I got up. You know, I only laid there for another 20 minutes and said, I might as well get up, which I did. So, not great on the sleeping department. I also continued working on my Every Way shawl yesterday by Andrea Mallory. And I'm more than halfway through the color work. Thank you, Diane. I was sitting there. I was just changing needles. I'm doing the color work on the size 11 needle. And I'm doing the body of the shawl on size 10.5 needles. So they're bigger, but they're not hugely bigger. And I'm quite sure that's working in terms of not being too tight. I'm not as sure that it's not a little loose, but I can't tell because Diane, I was sitting there. I was just changing the needles, and on my phone I saw something pop up, and I looked, and it was Diane saying, "Put in a lifeline before you start your color work, just in case." I'm like, hallelujah, it didn't even occur to me. Thank you, Diane. So I did. I was right at the spot. I put in the lifeline, and I'm going on my merry way. Now, I haven't had any trouble. I haven't had to use the lifeline. And I'm doing fine with the color work. And since it's flat, I'm purling, color work purling, going the other way. And I'm not enjoying the purling side at all because I have to drop and pick up. I can't keep both of the colors on my finger to purl because of the way I purl. But I can when I'm knitting. I can have both colors on my tensioned on my finger while I'm knitting. And so the knitting side goes quicker, but the purling side not so quick. So It's fine. It's slower by a lot for me, but I'm not hating it. It's, you know, but it's not a whole, it's only about that much, and it'll be fine. Although the Ravelry was only about that much, and I whined and complained about it every day. So it's a very simple pattern, and that helps. I don't have to look at the pattern except at the beginning of the row. Okay, what's my, you know, sequence? Unlike the Ravelry, or I really had to look at the chart. Now, she put a chart in here, and I would typically use the chart, except I'm going to complain about this pattern again. I'm trying not to be too whiny about it. I didn't hear from her about a schematic. She has a chart, which, you know, I printed the pattern in black and white except for the first page. And I couldn't use the chart in black and white because some of the boxes, the colors looked the same when I did it black and white. So I had to print that page in color. I printed the page in color. She has light gray and light blue for two of the different, you know, there are 4 colors. And you can't tell the difference. I had to go through the written instructions for that section to figure out which of these boxes were, you know, contrast color 2 and which of them were the main color when they were together. I had it. They were the same color on my color printer. So I'm not using the chart anyway. She wrote it out, and it's just as easy to use the written. I normally would use a chart, but not this chart. And, you know, and it's working out fine. It's working out fine. I'm not going to complain about this pattern anymore. It's going to be a lovely shawl. I have other Andrea Mowry patterns that I really like, and I had no complaints about. So this one just struck me as like that, you know, the whole point of the pattern is I'm doing this cool thing with these buttons and these buttonholes, and then she doesn't show you in the pattern where to put the buttons and the buttonholes. You know, she tells you in your line by line instructions, I'm assuming. Yes, I've seen it, but I haven't gotten to any buttonholes yet. And, you know, so kind of rubbed me the wrong way, since it was a $7 pattern. I mean, it wasn't a cheap pattern. So, all right. I'm not going to complain about that pattern anymore. I'm done. You've heard it all. You don't want to hear it anymore. And I don't want to be that person anymore because I'm tired of hearing me. So, done. But I'm liking the colors, and I really like them interacting with each other in the color work part, because all 4 colors are as part of the color work. And so that's fun. So that was the knitting I did yesterday. I didn't work on my sweater. And I was reading a book and talking to Dennis, and he cooked up some pepper steak and some peanut butter fudge for his mother. And so we took those yesterday. So she has lots of dinners. My father-in-law really likes pepper steak, so she always has something in the freezer for him when Dennis makes her pepper steak. So that's good. Oh, I'm so tickled that today is so much nicer. Yeah. So I should be able to finish the color work today and get a little start on the middle, and that'll give me a little better idea of what the whole thing's going to look like, and I did switch out the variegated color number 1 for the more tonal color that I thought really went with it for the color work part, and it looks good. So there's no problem with that, and that should reduce my need for the main color enough so that I will have enough of it for to make the big section as long as she says to make it. I hear the trash trucks coming, which is good. We forgot to take our trash out last week, and so it was really full. They changed our trash day, and so it used to be easy. Our trash day was Thursday. Every Wednesday, trash went out, blah, blah. Now they changed it to Tuesday. And, you know, we just don't think about taking the trash out on Monday. We have to put it down at the end of the road. I had to put it on the calendar. Like, that's a big deal. I had to put it on the calendar. So anyway, oh my gosh, I've been talking for 20 minutes. This is just an indication of how long I've been in Corona. I'm just talking. But I do feel like I'm talking to you. I am. So that's my plan for the day. Maybe Dennis will mow. My knee's been acting up enough that I don't feel comfortable with the idea of mowing, although I suppose I could mow on the rider mower, but I really don't like the rider mower. But I can't do the walking mower, that's for sure. That's for definite. The doctor literally told me don't mow the lawn. So, and I'm wearing my sneakers. If I'm wearing my sneakers every day in the summer, I'm doing what my doctor told me. Dennis thinks I should do physical therapy, but I'm pretty sure, and I probably should call and clarify, but I don't think I'm supposed to be doing physical therapy while it's still hurting. I think that's for later. I mean, I can't even imagine what I'm going to do now. So, but I should clarify that. But Dennis thinks I should think about doing the physical therapy. And I'm thinking about it. I can hear you now. I'm thinking about it. I am. All right, well, I haven't heard our bird. Pearl has not come out here. Maisie's still up in the bedroom with Dennis. It's too early for her. She and Dennis are on the same schedule. But Pearl came down with me, but she's not here, so no dog sightings. She and I had a cuddle this morning already, though, but no dog sightings for the vlog. So I guess that's it. I hope everything is well with you. And everybody's healthy. Thank you for listening. I do want to tell you how grateful I am. I am so grateful for your company and your support, for the comments and the wonderful, wonderful interactions that we're having. I know it's so weird being video and internet and all that, but this has been so important to me to do these videos. I mean, I'm sitting here talking for 23 minutes or whatever it is. I don't even know, because I took my glasses off. But it's been so important to me to have you all in my life and to do these videos. And I do so much appreciate hearing from you that they're helping you, and you know, I do feel like I'm having conversations with you, and you know, and then you know, I get to message you and talk to you a little bit in the comments, but I cannot tell you how important our community is to me, and that, you know, talked about, you know, it's kind of like a phone call. Our phone calls are important to me. I thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really cannot tell you what it's meant to me. And, you know, which is why doing this for, what is this, number 122? Crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, so I just wanted to let you know, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I cannot even express how much it means to me that you're out there with me. We're doing it together. We're all in this together. And it's such a crazy world now, but thank you. Thank you very much. And please, please, please stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane. Bye-bye.